Welcome into another edition of PTN Extra. You guys know we always love to have special guests on the show. And I have two very special ones that you guys may recognize if you're Arkansas Razorback fans and fans of Arkansas gymnastics. And two Arkansas gymnasts, both seniors, in Cami Weaver and Maddie Jones. Thank you so much for joining me. We always have you guys in studio, and it is such a blast when you come in. So thank you again for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. You've gone through almost an entire regular season now. I'm sure it's a little bittersweet for the both of you as you're both seniors. Cami, let's start with you. What has this season meant to you and just what has been most enjoyable about it?
I mean, every year is so different, but every year is so much fun. And just being together and being able to be a strong team and have a strong connection every year. This year's been no different, but we always have so much fun with each other. And I think having all the memories from season and just like going into every meet with like the best mindset, knowing that we're going to have fun regardless, I think just every year shines, but this one has shined a lot to me because it is my last one, and it's sad, but it's so exciting because we've left our mark here, and it's really exciting to see what the future is too.
You definitely have. I remember we were just talking about off air how you came in when I first started with the Pink Trail Nation like 2 years ago now. And I got to sit down with you, so I kind of feel like, oh, this is kind of emotional. Maddie's the same way. I feel like I've kind of gone through your careers with you in a sense. Maddie, same question for you. Just what has this season meant, and how excited are you to close it out?
Yeah, it's meant everything. I think this team, we just love each other and have so much fun together, and it makes time fly really fast. I feel like our season just started, but I'm really holding on to it and just enjoying every single moment and embracing everything. And it's sad that it's coming to an end because these 4 years have been the best 4 years of my life, and I'm super excited for the next chapter, but it's definitely bittersweet for sure.
Absolutely. Lots of memories there and lots of things that you guys have been able to do with this team this season. Gymnastics and the popularity of the sport, I think, is really at an all-time high. I think it can go even higher, but right now everybody wants to watch you guys. I mean, I get asked all the time, Courtney, when's the next gymnastics meet? When are they back in action? All your meets in Bud Walton Arena this year as well. I know, Cami, we talked about that at the beginning of the season, but how cool has it been to have all of those meets? I know you guys love Barnhill. We do too, but how cool has it been to be in this atmosphere the entire season?
I mean, it's a blast. I love being in Bud. It's so loud, it's so fun, and it really showcases how awesome our fans are because if we can fill Bud Walton Arena up, that means people really want to see us. And honestly, just growing from Barnhill and being able to watch like how our fan base has grown over the years, it's been really special. And I think going in there every Friday, knowing that they're there to watch us is just something that you can't explain to anyone.
Maddie, I'm sure you feel the same way, right?
Yeah, I think especially starting my career off, like first meet ever was in Barnhill. It always has a special place in my heart. But to just see how much this program has grown over the past 4 years, and like she said, like filling Bud is just unmatched. Like that energy and the loudness, and it's really cool to see other SEC teams get to finally experience that too.
Oh yeah, they've talked about it as well. They're like, wait, this is what it's like?
Yeah.
I love that attitude. And even the coaches, they'll get on and they'll be like, whoa, I can't hear what the interviewer is saying to me. This is how loud that atmosphere is. So, hey, if you haven't been to Bud Walton yet to see these girls in a meet, you have another chance to do so this Friday. We'll get to that in a second. But first I want to talk about some of the things you've done this season, and that goes back to what you did at Kentucky. And I just went, wow, they are clicking on all cylinders. I'm sure you guys felt that in that atmosphere, but you still fell short. You lost the meet. I mean, for people that don't understand, you guys got, I said it on air, you guys got the third highest team score in program history and still came short. And so people don't get it at home. They just go, but they did so good. They did so good. Can you talk to, you know, that part of gymnastics, that team aspect of it, and how tough the SEC is this year? Because that meet kind of proved it.
I mean, absolutely. Obviously, it's not fun falling short when you get such a good score, but it is so much, like looking back where you can be proud of so much. And I think that was obviously our season high. So it was like being there, we felt so connected. And all year we've been not focusing on the score. We haven't been focusing on our opponent. And that night, I feel like we were so in our bubble and so focused on our goal of the night, which was to just go out there and be normal. And I think really coming together and getting that score, we didn't even know we scored that until the end, and we were just like, that's not even our best. Like, it was kind of just like, it was an aha moment, but it was also like, we can build off of that and we can keep going.
Maddie, I want to get your take on that as well as a senior on this team, and just how tough competition is. And you kind of, what you looked, I'm sure, like Cami just said, you looked at the score and you went, whoa, that's how much we scored? Wow.
Yeah, I think it's so, like, our sport is so interesting because that is an incredible score, and it really helped our average in the rankings, and it was bigger than just, oh, we lost the meet. Like, it was a great meet, and it shows how competitive the SEC is. I mean, all 9 teams are ranked in the top 15. Like, it's very competitive, and it's one of the best conferences to be a part of, and we enjoy it every week. And it was just so fun to go out there and do our thing. We talked about all week being on a mission, and we know what that mission is, and that's all that matters. And to go out there and do that and just have a lot of fun and not worry about anything else. A lot of us talked after the meet, we're like, it didn't even feel like we were at a meet. Like, it just felt like we were at practice, and we were just having so much fun. And I think it really clicked for us, and it was a really fun time.
I love that, and I love that you can take something from it, because the performances you guys had in that meet were something to be talked about, and that's what I kind of kept telling people. I go, y'all, we need to talk about the performances, especially. I mean, Jocelyn Robertson, breaking a record with a freshman all-around score. What has it been like to be on the team with her this year? She doesn't carry herself like a freshman. She definitely doesn't carry herself like one of the best gymnasts in the country and someone that was an Olympic alternate for sure. Just Maddie, talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, she's been great. I mean, she came in just swinging as a freshman, and we're so proud of her. She comes in the gym, she works hard, and she goes up and she just does her thing, and you can tell that she loves being a Razorback, and that's what matters most to us. Is being a gym back is so special. It's nothing like you'll ever experience, and she embraces that fully. I mean, even when she does her hog call on beam now, like, everyone in Bud Walton does it with her, and it is so cool. Like, it is awesome, and that was her idea to do that, and so we're just so proud of her, and she's going to keep going, and she's going to do really big things over the 4 years, so we're so excited for her.
I'm sure you feel very similarly about that, Cami, right? It's just cool, the hog call, because I don't think some people caught on to it really quickly, but me, it took a few meets where I went, oh, she's calling the hogs, guys. She's calling the hogs. And that kind of little nugget, in not just, because you could get those nuggets in the floor routines, but in a beam routine. That was just so cool and such a concept. Talking individually about the both of you, let's start with Cami. You have been so consistent on this team, in vault and on beam. Where have you felt like you have grown as a gymnast in your senior season?
I feel like I've really grown as an athlete, not only like in the beam lineup, but I feel like being an older girl, like kind of like going into my last year, I feel like I've just grown as like being more calm on the event, and just like kind of telling them, like, before we go, just to like be ourselves up there and have fun and trust each other. And we always do better when we have energy with each other and we go off of each other. And so I just think being able to like kind of sit back and like watch the lineup before me, it's really special, because like we all know how hard we've worked, and we all get to showcase that every single Friday night. And I think just being able to go out there and be able to trust each other and be able to talk so highly of them. And honestly, like on vault 2 being the leadoff, it's a very special spot, because I get to start the meet, and it really like can build from me. And so like being there, it's been an honor being able to do that for the last 3 years. But it's just, being a gym back is so special.
You look calm, cool, and collected when you lead off. I'm always like, she leads off the meet, and I don't know how you look like nothing is phasing you out there. That's that senior mindset that you're talking about, and I love that it shows in both the events that you do. Maddie, I'm going to say the same thing for you. You have been consistent for this team when it comes to bars and when it comes to being a part of that floor party as well. How have you felt like your senior season has gone? And when you look back, is there a moment that you said, man, I was really rocking it at that point?
Yeah, I think my senior season, it didn't start off quite the way I wanted it to. It wasn't bad, but I think I was putting so much pressure on myself because it was my last year, and I kind of was avoiding that feeling of it being my last year. But really sitting down and talking with the coaches and just like learning to just enjoy these moments that I have left, and that really helped me find my rhythm. And I think my bar routine at Georgia really started it for me. That really was like, okay, I've got my confidence back, and this is what I know I can do. And that's what Chris always tells me. He tells me he's like, you know what you can do on this event, just go do it. And I think that was really great for me, just to be like, okay, like I don't need to be perfect to have fun. And I think that was a shift for me that I made early on in the season, and it's been really great. And the floor party will always be special to me. Just being in it for 4 years, it has been so fun, and just to see how I've grown since my freshman year, from tumbling into the dance and just making my way through the lineup. I've kind of been all over, from leadoff to fourth to, and it's been really fun to grow, and again, to give that advice to the younger ones, continue to grow and continue to work hard, because you never know when your name's going to be called, especially on a team like us where we pull anyone and everyone. So it's been really fun to just grow and learn a lot of things over the 4 years.
Yeah, when you stuck that landing at the Georgia meet, I went, oh my gosh, there's Maddie Jones.
Yeah.
There she is. I was clapping here in our studio because I was like, that is awesome. I love to see it.
Yeah.
It's just watching this team, and I know you guys have said it, that you guys are special. It just watching this team over the course of the season, it just feels like you've come together and really found your stride. And here at the end of the year, I know it's kind of a weird time to find that, but you're like, whoa, it's all coming together. I mean, before this final meet, do you feel like this is the best version of yourselves?
I think
Yeah,
so.
I
I
agree.
think we have worked so hard this year, and it hasn't been easy, but I feel like we're peaking at the perfect time. And I think this last meet really showcased how connected we are and how together we are. And we always say that we do our best when we're having fun, and we've always focused on that. But I think this weekend we were like, okay, away score, no problem. Like we just sat back, we were ourselves, we were normal. And I think just staying connected and staying in our bubble at away meets it's hard, but we can do it, and we do our best when we do it. And so I think just using that energy from this past weekend to our final home meet in Bud Walton, I think we're going to have no problem keeping the fun and calm energy, but we're really excited.
Well, I feel like at that point it's just excitement,
Yeah.
right, Maddie? I mean,
Yeah.
you're just like going in the last meet, you're like, oh, we're all doing great.
Yeah.
We need to bottle that energy from the Kentucky meet and what we did there and build off of it. Is that kind of how you feel?
Yeah, that's what we talked to the team about. It's just building off what we did. Like, let's not stop now. Let's keep going, because this team is coming to the gym after every single meet and continue to work on those details so that we could get to this point. And I do think we're peaking at the right time, and we're just having a lot of fun. So we just said to bring that energy from Kentucky on home, and let's just show our home fans what we can do.
Favorite meet from this season? I know you still have one more in the regular season, so that could eclipse, and I get that. I understand if you're watching this on Friday, that meet could be their favorite, but do you have one so far that has been your favorite meet? Cami, go first.
I think definitely the LSU meet. I had so much fun. Obviously we won the meet, but I think it was just so fun being in Bud. I think we had a few away meets before that, and it was finally our first home meet after a while. And I think just like being able to hear the energy of our fans and just like let everyone soak in the moment and let everyone soak in that meet that night. I mean, the win was just icing on the cake, but I think everyone had so much fun, and it was honestly so much fun for me, because I remember starting on vault, we just had so much energy and we just never stopped. And we were like, okay, we're doing this tonight. And then ending on floor. I mean, floor party is my personal favorite. I love watching it, and I love being there for the team on the sideline. And I think it's something that I'll remember forever. And that meet was just my favorite for sure. But
Is it the same for you, Maddie?
I think so.
I mean, it's hard to beat that meet.
It
Come on.
is.
Taking down the defending national champions.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to remember that forever, right, Maddie?
Yeah, that one was really special. I'd say that one in Florida. They were both really great meets. I think LSU is extra special just because we're so close with so many girls on that team, and so it's kind of like a fun reunion always when we get to see them. And but to go into our home arena and just beat them and have a great meet and end on that floor party, that was just so much fun. And I think it just showed our fans, like, we're here and we're continuing to make our statement, and I think they felt that, and they've kept showing up every meet after that. But that meet was extra special for sure.
Absolutely. I think, Cami, you were in this video, but I saw you guys put out a video of you helping out some of the football players.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all do that?
Yeah,
Okay.
yesterday.
Okay, yesterday. I think I saw them walking into the
yeah.
facility, and I went, why are they going in? Okay, I'm just going to wait for whatever happens there. But what was that like? I mean, I was laughing a little bit, and I'll show some of the video in this because it's too good not to. What was that like getting to work with them? I think they didn't realize how hard gymnastics
they
is.
didn't. It was really cool because I saw some other teams had done it, and I interned with football, and I went to my boss, and I was like, I think this would be a really cool idea. And he was like, yeah, let's do it, but we want to change it up. And so they brought them to practice yesterday, and I don't think they expected it to be as hard. And Larry was like, I think this is harder than football practice, and they do this for 4 hours. But it was really cool. They were really good at it. Like, I was shocked. They were like weirdly good at it.
Who made it around the bars? Who made it? I couldn't remember.
I think Ish. He's a transfer from Stanford.
Yes, Ishmael Sissy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that was him, but I went, okay, he made it around the bars. Good for him.
Yeah. He did very well.
Cami, what was it like getting to work with them?
I mean, it's fun because we're all really close with them. Like football, we've known them since we lived in the dorms freshman year, and so we've all been friends with them for a really long time. But getting to see them come and try what we do, because they come support us at the meet. So like having to get them try it was actually hilarious, but we thought it was going to be way harder for them, and they literally started doing backflips when they walked in the door. And so I was like, okay. So we tried to make it a little different and make them walk on the beam and like go down the vault runway. And when they did the pullovers on bars, that was great. It was a little scary at times, but they were really good at it and they really enjoyed it. But
yeah, you don't need Sam Pittman going, how did you hurt yourself? You know,
no, we had to limit them on some things, but they were pretty good other than that.
I love it. I love you guys doing that. Now you guys got to get out to spring football practice.
Oh, yeah.
We definitely should.
They should probably put us in some pads.
Put me in a helmet.
I don't know if Jordan Weaver will like that, so don't listen to this part.
Maybe
Coach.
in May.
Yeah, maybe after season.
After the season, we'll get you out there because I'd like to see it. That'd be some fun from you guys as well. Just wrapping up really briefly here, we talked about your senior season and going into this last and final meet. What do you want to see for yourselves going into your last regular season meet at Bud Walton Arena? Cami, you go first.
I just want to take in every moment. I mean, Bud Walton is so special, and just enjoying our fans and enjoying the energy. I mean, starting off my last vault in Bud is going to be really special to me, but really sentimental. But I'm going to have so much fun because I know my team's going to be there. And I think just really taking in all the memories that I've made in that building and just making sure this last one is the most awesome of all of them. But seriously, just being there with my team is going to be everything I need and more. So.
You still need to stay calm, cool, and collected. Okay, I'm be watching you. Okay, no tears until after the meet. All right, Maddie, same thing with you.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I think just going out there and just soaking in every moment, all those hog calls that we get, and just to spend that time with my team one last time in Bud Walton is going to be so special. And obviously the routines, you know, we still have a job to do and be on our mission and continue to do what we want to do this season. But I think just taking in all those moments with my friends and my teammates and the fans and just soaking all those moments. And I know there's going to be a lot of tears flowing after that floor routine. But I'm really excited. I love this place, and I've loved competing as an Arkansas Razorback, and to do it one last time at home is going to be really special.
I might be crying. I'm going to be honest with you guys. You might see Courtney shed a few tears. And hopefully I have some good waterproof mascara on that night. I know you guys will feel the same way. You can check them out this Friday night in Bud Walton Arena. Like we've just been talking about, they're going to face off with the Missouri Tigers. Again, can't overlook any SEC competition. It's going to be tough. So you can see them in action this Friday night. And I recommend you going out to that meet. If you haven't been to a meet in Bud Walton Arena, you just heard them say the atmosphere is unlike no other. So go out on Friday night, go catch these awesome athletes in action. And thank you so much for joining me. I'm trying not to get emotional, but this might be my last time talking to you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. That's going to do it for this week's PTN Extra. We'll see you next Wednesday.